That track is banging.
Shout out to Broadway.
Shout out to B-Way.
James Broadway.
For all the beats.
Ridiculous.
Just let it ride a little bit.
Oh my God. Anybody know that sample right there? Hit it.
Don't do it. Because I see you getting started. You're about to jump into rap world. Don't do it.
And don't let my mama know the trouble I go through.
Ladies and gentlemen,
with the cup of coffee.
TradioV, that's Radio NTV. The So What Morning Show back in the building. You know how we do. Topics. It's going to be crazy. We got to, hey, listen. In light of, let it ride. Let the beats ride a little bit underneath. In light of the BET Awards, I wanted to wake cats up with a crazy topic, and I think it's very important that we do it. But before I get to the topics, I like to do the community empowerment segment. So really quickly, go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, and purchase a copy of my book. Very important that you do so. It's very important that we continue to tithe to black businesses.
Absolutely.
To me, that's the most important form of tithing.
Absolutely.
Right? Is putting money back into black businesses. We already know what the problem and the issues are because we don't do that. Let's start changing that money in black hands more and more often.
And I have the money. You know why? I saved 10% on my soul insurance by switching to Don't Go.
Thank you.
So I have the tithe. I have the money.
Right. Yes. Thank you, Geoff.
Are you glad I brought the show to a screeching halt?
Yes, nice bomb work. So, this nigga's a bomb expert.
I can bomb anything.
That's it.
Birthday celebration.
Make your kids cry.
Right. Jesus. Now, the next business I want you to support, Dr. Umar Johnson. Go to his website, drumarjohnson.com. Find the link. Support his goal to raise $5 million by, I think, August 21st to take over the St. Paul HBC HBC University and turn it into the Frederick Douglass what's my man? Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy for Youth. Okay. I mean, this is some important stuff that we need to do. This is something that, we, like I said, in light of the BET Awards, man, we get so much energy and so much support for frivolity, right? Yeah. For mediocrity. And I'm watching the BET Awards, and it's probably one of the best BET Awards that they've ever produced. Okay. However, the schizophrenic experience of being sanctified and singing church songs, going back to ratchet music, and it's all a celebration of what has plagued us the whole time.
Yeah.
So with that said, we get all of that energy surrounding that, but we won't support Dr. Umar Johnson. Do we have a video for Dr. Umar Johnson? If we do, White Teen Wolf. We have he's our engineer, baby Teen Wolf, Kyle. Let's get a little quick look at this. Let's do it.
A couple of months ago, at one of the traveling think tanks that my organization hosts in Virginia, I talked about my desire to open up a residential academy for black boys. And during one of our discussion sessions in Norfolk, Virginia, several of the brothers and sisters there began to state the names of different colleges and treatment centers that they thought could be used for such purposes. St. Paul's College was one of the institutions that was brought up during the discussion. This was
needless to say, we're not going to watch the whole video, but I like to tease you with it because this brother right here is doing something that is significant in our community. And we get up for Chris Brown performing.
And
no disrespect to Chris Brown. I love the kid's talent, but there's so much energy surrounding the performance as opposed to what we could be doing, right? What we should be doing. So I want everybody to support Dr. Umar Johnson. It's very important that you do so. Geoff, you are itching to speak during the community empowerment segment.
This is so beautiful to me. It's so amazing. Certainly Oprah has heard about this, right? Is she given? Has anybody?
Hey.
What about Bill Cosby?
Hey, hold on.
Michael
Don't
Jordan?
you forget the rules of black success in America, nigga.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You help niggas outside of the country, not where you're from. Okay, now you remember that.
Oh, okay.
Fuck up all your money.
Okay.
Jesus.
Fuck up the rest of your coupons.
now, again, go support Dr. Umar Johnson. Also, I keep telling people that I'm never going to stop, because once I found this, I felt like it was incredible. And I know it's incredible because I use it. I make my son use it. That neuro-linguistic program that was created by Veronica Conway, a neuro-linguistic program that undoes self-hate, that undoes colorism. I've never seen it done. Somebody created a hypnotic induction that speaks to your subconscious to undo all of the limiting thought processes that plague Black Americans.
Wow.
Created by a sister, educated at Cal Berkeley, father is a Panther, narrated by Iyanla Van Zant.
Wow.
Really? And we don't want to buy it. We'd rather buy some Jordans. And Jordan has stock in the privatized prisons. Really?
Wow.
So you niggas gonna stand in line and kill each other for the shoes you can't afford. And then because you killed somebody, you're gonna go to the prison that he making money on.
Oh, he don't buy him out the store, kill somebody. I'm getting it.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this sister, Black Mastery, play the video. Wantrepreneur to entrepreneur. She's one of the master transformational coaches in America. She coaches with Iyanla. She coaches with Tony Robbins, all the major players. She's one of them. Go to blackmastery.com, download the neuro-linguistic program, and get your mind right. That's the only way we're going to get Jesus and them up out the kitchen so we can start doing some real work.
Are you blaspheming?
I'm just saying, if it's Jesus, if it's Allah, if it's Buddha, whoever it got your attention, we need to redirect that attention. That's all I'm saying. Now, Easy Boy Web. Go to easyboyweb.com. I'm supporting Black businesses. Why? Because we got to turn this money over. Easy Boy Web. These guys can do logos. They could do websites. They could do social media enhancement. Whatever it is you're trying to get off the ground business-wise, if you need a website by some credible, skilled cats that are brothers, here you go. easyboyweb.com. Also go to arisehospitality.com. The Black what? Office Max, the Black Staples. They get all of their stuff from Staples. The same place that Staples get their stuff from, they get it from. Go support them. There's no need to go to Staples because you like labels. You know how niggas are, right? Louis Vuitton said, hey, Black people are slaves and eat dirt.
Eat dirt.
But guess what? Your Louis Vuitton belt, your Louis Vuitton backpack is a status symbol for niggers here in America.
Yeah.
Coonology 101. Right? Professor Sambo says,
got that LV.
Get that LV, nigga.
Get that LV. Nigga, you know what it is. You get the belt, the big long wallet, and show everybody you got an LV wallet.
That's right.
Exactly.
Don't nobody give a damn my lights is out, nigga. Get that flashlight, look at this LV.
LV.
Exactly. Now, also, another business. Pharaonic Designs.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the brother's t-shirt right now. It's not expensive. Go get the t-shirt, man. Pharaonic Designs. He has female t-shirts, male t-shirts, fleece, hoodies, just basic t-shirts that represent your culture. It is yours, regardless of
what you've been told.
What Dr. Hawass says. The pyramids were built by European. I'll smack the Kool-Aid up out your mouth. I know somebody from England is paying you to say all that bullshit.
Just tell him that you don't know, but you've done your research, and it all comes back here in English. Tell him that.
Now, doesn't it? Yeah, and put a question at the end of it.
Oh, we will not renew your stipend.
Now, will we? Will we?
So again, support Pharaonic Designs, and I have one more, and then we're good. Oh, no, two more. Hiploose.com. Go to hiploose.com if you really want, I love this commercial, tailored, man. These guys are tailors, and they will tailor make a suit for you, special cut to your specifications. They're cold-blooded.
Yeah.
They'll get
One
to turn
joint
around.
you got.
The suit I came in here with, Jesus. I was a Ginsu knife out the sleeve.
Yes.
Shing. So they cold-blooded with it. Hiploose.com. Support them. Also support my good friend Omar Buckley over at Ramomart. And I have a special announcement for everybody who's ordered from this brother. He too does bespoke special designs, man. He's a designer. He's a fashion, high-end stuff. Again, a lot of people have ordered from him and have been waiting for their orders. He called me, man. All of your shipments will be coming out in the next week or so because he's just got them all in. And he sent me pictures of stuff. It's all fly. So everybody who was waiting, get ready. Your stuff will be to you shortly. Now, with that said, I'm going to take off. But when we come back, topics. It's going to get crazy. Hey, do me a favor. Take us out with that Black Mastery.
Your ding-ding got a raisin.
I'll be back at 2.2.
Your ding-ding got a raisin on it.
Your ding-ding got a raisin?
Was he being fired?
Yes, today's topic is gonna be crazy.
Wow.
Hey, but it's important, especially for the African American community. Yeah. We're gonna stick to the through line here. If America is sick, African Americans are on their deathbed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If America's struggling,
we got AIDS.
We got AIDS.
Yeah. America got the sniffles.
And today's topic, a lot of people didn't want me to do it. They were like, oh, it's too controversial and you're going to offend people. Let me just start before I give you the topic. Fuck being politically correct. And I think that's the problem.
That's the issue.
Being too politically correct, it makes us pretentious. It makes us fake. We don't like the truth. You know what I mean?
It clogs up everything.
It does. So I decided to do a show. Today's topic, Safe Sex Series, Cooties Need Love Too. Exposing the stigma and emerging STD/STI dating underground scene. A lot of people do not know. They know about eHarmony. They know about Match.com. They know about Chemistry.com. They know about Zoosk.com. But do they know about HDate.com? The fuck? H-Date. Well, H stands for herpes or HPV date. .com.
Wow.
There is
really bumping ugly.
Literally.
It gives a whole new movement to bump and grind, right?
Wow.
Good. And then you go, why would you laugh? There's some people who are struggling and suffering in silence. That's why we do the topic.
There you go.
That's why we bring attention to this.
Look like dating. What got you in trouble in the first damn place?
Oh, man, we got to do this topic. It's important.
Think about it. You go to pick up your ointment. There's a young lady there picking up her ointment. That's a good match.
Yeah, y'all go home and rub cream.
Rub cream?
Rub cream. You know what, matter of fact, I'm not going to put it directly on my...
cream?
I'm not going to put it right on my pepperoni. You going to put it right on your pepperoni. We just going to mash it right here between us and then just fuck. And then it'll get where it needs to be.
That's really disgusting, Geoff. Thank you. I have questions. Have you been having safe sex with your partner without telling them about your STD? 855-878 4652.
That's cool.
Are you the victim of genital espionage? Have you been having unprotected sex with your partner and keeping your STD or STI a secret?
Wow.
Genital espionage.
Have you been ambushed?
I'm just saying. Do you think it happens more often than not?
What the hell? My dick has an eye on it now.
What about the falsity of HIV and AIDS?
What do you mean?
Is it a conspiracy? Does it even exist? The CDC says yes.
Really?
Yeah. But there are a lot of people out there that go, hell no.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. Is this part of the fear campaign, the conspiracy campaign?
Where's the lesbian AIDS outbreak? I mean, if it's...
Are you saying lesbians don't get HIV from each other? Is that what you're saying? HIV and AIDS?
Yeah, what I'm basically...
855-878-4652. Please call in and combat Geoff Brown's ignorance.
Can I really put my ignorance way out there?
Sure. Just go
black
as far
women.
as you can take it.
I'm going to go, okay, black women. Those of you who are the people with the highest rate of HIV.
Really?
You are not getting HIV from dudes who screw other girls and get HIV and bring it back to you. You're getting HIV from dudes who screw other dudes and bring it back to you. Just know that. It's almost impossible for a full-blown AIDS female patient to give an unprotected man the sniffles. Okay? You're getting that from them nasty download dudes, and if you're watching this and you're taking yam in the cornhole right now, that's who I'm talking about.
Or as Corey Holcomb would say, your man is chili dogging another man.
Wow. Your man breaks out and goes behind the haystack.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know someone who does this, attempt to hide their flare-ups? Right?
Hey, what's going on,
So you can
girl?
continue to have sex with your partner.
How you doing?
Not this evening.
Why you don't move your hand? Don't worry about that.
Why don't you?
Leave
Leave
him
light.
mow the lawn at night.
Leave the light off.
Wow.
I'm just saying. This is a real situation. Yes. Do you know of these dating sites, hdate.com and herpes.org, and
Wow.
There's even a movement out there where people who are HIV positive can get together. I personally think it's a great idea.
I do too.
I do too.
They need to be connected. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That, hey, do you want them on eHarmony and not telling you?
Absolutely.
Or do you want them on what is it? Keep it to H.
But I think the bigger issue is the stigma. Because having HIV is the sexual version of being a nigga.
Yeah, wow.
How about that? So there's a stigma, just like being a black man. I tell my son this all day in America. He just texts me from summer school. My teacher's afraid of me, Dad. So there's a stigma of being an African-American male. And the way that the educational system deals with intelligent, assertive young men. And my son is going to, what do you mean?
The young lion.
That doesn't make sense to me. Wait a minute. I'm going to question you. Okay, detention slip. Male Negro alert. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a stigma with that. Could that same stigma be transferred over to people living with STDs? And what's the difference between an STD and an STI? 855-878-4652. We've got callers. Caller, you're on the line.
The type of cream you use. That would be the difference.
Oh, shit.
What's up, jokey Smurf? You call in giggling?
Oh, man, y'all fucking hilarious. Hey, what's going on, Zone? This is Roland, man.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing all right. You're definitely right. This topic doesn't need to be tap danced around. We have to be brutally honest with ourselves because this stuff happens more than people care to admit. And I'm calling in because I was a victim of a porno pyromaniac at one point. And it was an individual who took advantage of a situation. We were celebrating the birth of entrepreneur endeavor. Mm-hmm. And we were sitting there drinking some stuff called poodle punch or something, a whole lot of vodka in it. And I drank it on an empty stomach, so I decided to lay down. And she decided to go in there and give me some lip service, so to speak. And found out, I never had one before, but then I had my knees like really aching and everything. And then I was having this acidic, I had this acidic drip, so to speak. And I was just losing my mind what the hell it was. And I was with a girl I liked at the time, and she ended up getting infected too. So I found out it was chlamydia. And the chick that gave it to me, she had it for 6+ months because I stumbled upon her medication on the day of it.
Wow.
That's one of my questions. Good stuff. Keep going.
Yeah. And the thing was, in having to take the girl that I accidentally infected in there, she had to get treated. There's no thing that's more embarrassing and painful than having someone punch your bore with a Q-tip.
Ooh, the iron butterfly. Holy motherfucker.
Yeah. And the chick that burnt me, she came to me and she was like, how come we can't have a serious relationship? So I didn't say anything. I just took the manila folder and threw it at the table at her. And she opened it and she looked and she had this look on her face like she knew that I knew. And she said, well, you know, I'm sorry. I said, you know what? It's taking everything for me to not jump over this table and whoop your fucking ass, because I'm not into that. You know, I wasn't feeling you like that, and you know this can't ever happen again. But the screwed up part, worse than that, was the fact that her brother, when I told him that, he said, oh, man, that's all you got, man? I had it 3 times. It's cool. That right there really sickened me to the point, like,
and it gives you an idea of the mentality of those folk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you got, and the thing is, I always advocate someone, like, if you're going to deal with anybody, because, of course, you know, we're looking to, you know, we love sex and everything like that. But if you have, and I've had this before where I took somebody to a free clinic, or even suggested we go to the free clinic, they get this reaction of, what, well, you think I'm, you know, disgusting or something like that? Well, first of all, the fact that you don't want to go, that tells me I shouldn't go in there to, you know, have sex with you, because you don't know what you have.
Yo, this was a great call, man. I so appreciate you taking the time, man. We needed that story. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Rowan. And stay connected to us. I know you've been listening for a long time, man. Stay in the loop with us, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Anytime, man. You know, I support the show, dude.
All right, brother. Peace out. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Have you ever been a victim, right? Oh, no, here's a better one. Have you found prescriptions for antibiotics or topical creams that your partner never mentioned using? That's what he just explained to us, right?
Right.
I mean, it's a cold situation. What if you were in Cookie's position with Magic? Would you stay once the truth came out?
What do you mean if I was with a person that had a disappearing HIV? I don't know. A rich person?
No, but I'm just saying, if your love was diagnosed with HIV, herpes, right? Would you be like, hey, I love you. It is what it is. We ride until the wheels fall off. Because these wheels ain't going to never fall off. Ever. Well, we'll be back to discuss those kind of questions and more. So what mornings? It's about to get even crazier. Guess who else is coming in this motherfucker? I'll be back in a second.
I got a pepperoni on my ding ding. Do you wanna swing? Do you got bumps on your nuts? Hey, bumps on your nuts now. You and I was made for each other. Do you need ointment? Do you need cream? Cream on the scrote now. Cream on the scrote. Rub it all over my cream on the scrote. Coochie color cheese and pepperoni. Cheese and pepperoni on your for JJ. Hey. Ow. Yeah. Little HIV now. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of STD exchange. Why you scared? Come and get this hair. You can't catch what you already got. Ow.
I can't stand y'all.
You can't catch what you already got.
That should be the slogan. You can't catch what you already got. That's what's up.
Oh, my God.
Let's quit bullshit.
I can't.
What do bumps got to do with eating pizza and having a good time?
That's it.
Again.
You can't get double herpes, can you?
I got a question based off of that video. And I think that video is very shocking, you know, in terms of the numbers. And, you know, like I said, the through line is if America is sick, the African-American community is on a respirator on his deathbed, basically.
Yes.
So when you look at the numbers, 48% of African-American women have herpes. Now, a lot of sisters have come out to refute that study, but then the CDC went back and redid it and was like, no, it's 48%.
Wow.
So my question is,
of the ones that come in.
and this is a real honest question. This is not a woman-hating question. This is not a woman-bashing question. I love sisters all over the world, and I prefer sisters.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say, in terms of interracial dating, does this not lower the relationship market value of African-American women?
I'm sure.
If 48% of them are infected? How are men of other races really seeing sisters if they are aware of this knowledge?
They just roll them dice.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
And is there any correlation between the bad attitude percentage?
Well, maybe that's why they got the attitude. You know, I'm telling you, you're gonna mess with one of those chicks. They got attitude because they got something.
Because.
I mean, not for nothing, that could be the thing, you know.
But let me go back and do this. For all the fans who are just tuning in right now, that voice over there.
Hey.
A lot of people don't know who he is, but you do know who he is because he's been around for a long time. He was on Malcolm and Eddie.
Malcolm and Eddie.
He played a Latino.
Sir. You know, that's what I had to do sometimes to get a check. You have to blend in. You have to blend in. They don't know what you is. I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to get the check.
This is a dude I grew up with in Pasadena, California. When we were rhyming together, making records and getting record deals and becoming A&R executives.
Altadena, Pasadena, fool.
For real. This dude is a comedian, came up with Eddie Griffin. You know, I mean, been on tour for what, like 8-9 years with Charlie Murphy.
Well respected.
Right?
Yep.
You know? I mean, this dude is a cold piece of work. And he's here right now. If you don't know who he is, Google him. Freez Luv.
Freezluv.
Freez Luv, back in the building.
Spelling.
I have a very valid, very poignant factoid about Freez Luv.
Go in.
Everybody is familiar with the term dun-da-duns, right?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know who made dun-da-duns popular? The dude sitting to my left.
Dun-da-dun. Hey, where's the
That
joke?
is true.
Do you have the dun-da-dun joke on
The
there?
joke is, the dun-dun-dun joke is, listen, you have to be happy at all times. Because you never know. You never know. You might go to jail, you know? And like me, I'm ready to go to jail because I'm wearing boxers. Some of you are not wearing boxers. No, you're wearing dun-dun-duns. And you might go to jail wearing dun-dun-duns. And if you don't know what dun-dun-duns are, they are the little manties. The
Manties.
manties. And we call them dun-dun-duns
There's a
because
manty.
you look like a superhero running around. Dun-dun-dun, I'm Ding-a-ling Man.
So you created the dun-dun-dun.
I would say I brought it to the forefront, but it was actually something that I got from my friends at home. We made up dun-dun-duns.
Wow.
I think
They don't know how crazy we were back in the day.
we
man.
were insane.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have another guest who's just arrived to build on the topic of Cooties Need Love too.
Oh, God.
Speaking about the emerging underground, you know it's Freez Luv in the building right here. Corey Holcomb has joined us, man. We're talking about Cooties Need Love too. Exposing the stigma and emerging STD/STI dating underground scene. And it's blowing up just like eHarmony. They got hdate.com. They got positive.
48% of the women having it. It better blow up.
Well, I just got a text from one of our co-panelists. She's not here today, Jasmine. She's listening to the show on the road. She says, where are the sisters getting it from? That leads me to my next question. Are prisons incubators for STDs and STIs?
Wow.
855-878-4652. We've got callers. Corey, I know you're going to go in on this topic right here. Jesus. We got callers. Talk to me right now. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Miles.
What up, Miles? Where you calling from?
Man, I'm calling from Chicago.
Chi-Town, what's up?
Chi-Town in the business. What's happening?
Yeah, the low end over here. But man, I'm sitting up here. I'm listening to the show. I'm a huge fan of this show, Corey and Geoff and you as well. So, but I was calling in. I just wanted to tell, like you were saying about the prison system. Man, I just think it's just another way to, keep us down with the, the STDs and everything. Because a lot of these brothers, man, some of them get forced in prison to go through homosexual activities, and they're higher the rate, and then they get out and they go with all these women and everything, and bam.
Well, you know what? You bring up a great point. You bring up a great point. Now, there was a scene last night from the BET Awards where Gabrielle Union and what's my girl, Regina Hall, come out and do this bootleg comedy sketch on the dude that went to prison and his mugshot. And all the women go crazy over the mugshot.
Oh, yeah.
So if we gonna say, well, the dudes that are on the down low in prison, or the dudes that were in prison that was, doing booty play while they was gay for the stay.
Chili dogging.
Right? Chili dogging, right? Gay for the stay, and then get out and then get back with the women. Now we still have to say, women, you're still accountable for what your taste bud is in men. Because y'all lost y'all draws over a convict.
Right.
Can we question that?
He was handsome on the outside. He was handsome in the pen too.
He was
They was all tight. Look at this fool.
Snoop Dogg said it best. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. That's what he said.
Wow.
They fuck with prison motherfuckers. Not like I'm saying all prison people are bad, but I'm saying like they don't care because they know whatever go wrong, they got the court system to help them enslave the dude when they through with him.
Damn.
That's what bitches do.
Is it really that bad?
It's bad. It's bad.
Corey laughs at it like, yes, it's horrible. It's terrible.
But that's an old West laugh. That's that
Bitches,
saloon.
bitches deliver you to the beast. That's what they do.
Wow.
They deliver you to the beast.
Mouth. Yes.
They can't be the sole reason, Corey. Aren't we responsible in some way?
Of course. But what I'm saying is they have decided to be the ally of the beast, and if you're around a woman, you start to put time, effort, and most importantly, your heart into her. Her heart isn't into you. Her heart is into opportunity. And you need to remember that whenever you're dealing with bitches. If you meet the bitch in the streets, you need to remember, I met this bitch in the street.
What if you meet her in the church?
Oh, them the worst bitches.
Yeah, that's the church is a street.
Well, we can't find any good
The church
women.
is a street.
Bitches who go to church are bitches who don't like to hang out in the club and pop pills. They just like to sit around and eat dinners.
Yeah.
So let me
talk
ask
shit.
you this.
I wish I could disagree.
But let me ask you this. Okay, we know that there are some bad women out there.
Yeah.
But can I ask the question?
Of course.
Are there good women?
Absolutely.
Where are they found?
Oh my God, it's such a delight to run across a woman of substance. That is so rare here in America. When you see a woman who is about something, you be like, wow. I mean, it's almost, it's like when you go fishing and you catch a little albino catfish. You be like, wow. What was the chances of me finding one of these? Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I know some of the best guys in the world who don't live like, they just guys who work, come home, whoop-de-woo, all that. And they still were delivered to the beast by they woman.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about how we, as men with children, how we prepare our kids to enter into these sexual relationships that are inevitable. How do we prepare them? When we return,
Wrap it up.
it's going to get crazy. So what? We'll be back in a second. Cooties Need Love too.
What's wrong with your
Ladies and gentlemen, So What Morning Show back in the building. Corey Holcomb, Freez Luv, and Geoff Brown. We're in the building. And we're talking about a serious topic. And I know sometimes we make fun of it. And that is the purpose of this show. The purpose. I think sometimes we're too damn serious about everything. Right? And we're all very pretentious. There is a book out there called Radical Honesty. I'm gonna have this author on the show.
Sounds interesting.
Radical.
Oh man, his book, and a lot of times people have said that his book is too harsh, right? But Radical Honesty, like, I don't give a fuck what you think. Tell the truth about everything, mercilessly, right? In this book, the brother, it's a white man. He ran for office down in the South. I forgot his name. It's Brad something. I'm actually going to have him on the show. Radical Honesty. In the book, he reveals that he has herpes. He just says it. I got herpes, and yeah, fuck it. I don't care. And some people have said, hey, that guy's approach is a little too harsh. Hey, so then another
book, having herpes. Now that's harsh.
Right. Right? And then another book that's great to counterbalance the harshness of Radical Honesty is a book called Non-Confrontational Communication. So you kind of balance it out, where you still tell the truth, you just don't do it in such a confrontational way or a combative way. But I think it's important that you kind of balance it out.
How can you communicate without confrontation, sir?
Go deeper. I like this. This is something that has to be addressed. Say more.
I mean, like, most of the time when people communicate without confrontation, they're being phony with each other. They're saying things that they think the other person may like or accept, better. But I'm saying, like, most of the times when you're trying to communicate with somebody, you need to tell the truth, or you just build this big layer of lies where one day it comes out in frustration. That's what happens in relationships.
But doesn't that happen to most people?
Yeah.
We're dating masks. We're dating ideas.
Right.
We're dating potential. We're dating persona.
Ideals.
Right? We're not dating who the real person is. And when that person falls out of alignment behaviorally with your belief system, now all of a sudden you guys have a problem and it's on to the next, to the left, right?
Right.
So again,
I hate that song.
If you ever dated a real person, wouldn't you be in a position of acceptance as opposed to a position of tolerance? I'm just tolerating this motherfucker until he falls in line with what I want.
That's why I think it's messed up in this world that we can't call people whores or date whores, because whores are honest a lot of times. They tell you what they want.
You mean prostitutes?
Whores.
Women are very upset with you.
Why?
Because you called them whores in general.
Well, I'm not saying all women are whores.
Thank you for the clarification.
About 80% are whores. That's not all of them.
Would that be 8 out of 10?
Would that be 8 out of 10 women?
I love women who say they're not whores, because it kind of like challenges me to purchase vagina from them. Because I know the struggle, and no matter how much you want to be this way, you're going to give in to that money.
Yes, I see you are reading a book and writing hymns, but rent got to get paid.
You could be the most positive sister in the world.
That is great. So you're speaking to blind kids? That's wonderful. How much for a hand job?
Wow. Geoff.
Hey, think of all the leg braces you could buy.
Every blind woman that gave me a hand job put real effort into it. Because, she was like, I know you think I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to finish it.
Wow.
You think these hands is just good for reading Braille?
That's it.
Jesus.
Wait a minute. You got herpes. That's what does that say?
What? It's a cheese grater?
Wait a minute.
I'm reading Braille.
Wow.
Your dick says no parking. Because I'm reading, it's Braille with the, okay, I'm sorry, what were you asking?
Wow.
And if you got herpes and a blind girl give you a hand job, you ain't got to worry about it unless you're having an attack.
Right.
Geoff.
I'm sorry, yes?
Can we come back from hell?
I'm here.
Geoff, as a father.
Yes.
How, and this is for everybody, how do you raise your kids, man, to navigate the STD, STI minefield?
Well, I'll tell you who, as odd as this may sound, who you start with. I have a boy and a girl. I'm going to start with my son. And I'm going to tell him, all your friends that tell you, when you ask what you finna do, oh man, I'm finna go get some pussy. You need to stay away from that dude, because he doesn't understand that you are not getting pussy. You're giving out dick. Okay? And you need to watch who is made worthy of your genetic code, because that's what you actually are splicing with. You actually, every time you have sex with a woman, you are saying potentially we could splice genes and make another one of us. You got to make sure that this person is qualified for that on every level. Healthily, mentally, socially. Healthily.
Wow.
Healthily.
Yeah. Mary J. Blige words right there.
A secretary.
Make sure she ain't doing nothing sneakily.
Sneakilizing on you.
And if you do go raw, you can crush up them Plan B pills, and eliminate half the problems right there.
You need some Plan B dust in your snatch.
No, you put it in a drink you give her. The Plan B pills. You crush it up. You got to crush up 2 at least, because when you crush it up, it kills the potency, I heard. So you got to crush up 2 of them. But it's worth it. You don't want to.
This is some Darren Sharper science.
That's right. I like that.
If price isn't a problem, you crush up 5, and you don't even have to worry about what she drinks.
That's what you call. Would you like a sip of Surefire?
All Let's go out.
Blow it in the face.
Hey, we got a question from Twitter. Why aren't women demanding, just, hey, you got to provide me with a test, or vice versa? My girl asked me for one before we had sex. Are sisters not saying no dick, no pussy meeting until you go get a test?
No.
And why is that?
Well, 2 words shut all that down. Photoshop. It don't even matter. If I really want a fake, dude, if you can get a fake passport, you can't get a fake STD report. You can get fake driver. I can take you right now, and in 2 hours, baby Teen Wolf, you can have an account.
You can go down to Alvarado, Alvarado, get a fake ID and
for 500
and
extra,
a clean STD test.
And for 500 extra, the DMV.
How much money do you have? The truth is, if a girl will let you push up in her without a condom, that means, no matter what she say, if a girl lets you push up in her without a condom, that means she has done this so much that she is just like, well, come on with it. I don't care no more.
Right.
This thing damn near blew out anyway.
Right. My luck is rolling.
You can take your chances like them other fellas.
You look as healthy as the last guy from yesterday.
This is a walking 76 gas station bathroom. I got right down here.
Walking 76. You all gonna grow a foot on your nuts. I promise.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, Freez. You've got kids. You've got teenagers. You got adults.
3 daughters, 1 son. And my daughters, I told them, listen, I want you to understand, as your father, I want you to be an old maid. I don't ever want you to have sex. Sex is a lie. It doesn't feel good. It feels horrible. It hurts. It's painful. Don't ever do it. Don't ever indulge with it.
Which is unrealistic, Freez.
No.
Because she's going to go against the grain.
Well, I told him at gunpoint.
Oh, God.
I use a knife.
Listen here.
No, on the real, I told him, listen, man, you, pretty much what Geoff said, when you start having sex, every time you have sex, you are looking at a potential court case, a potential doctor's visit, a potential man. And you in a few seconds, your life can be changed forever.
I'm very lucky.
Starting a relationship is like losing your temper? Because a lawyer will say, losing your temper, and that's what they're trained. That's the first, my cousin's a lawyer. First thing he was trained. The first thing they train us on in law is losing your temper can change your life forever, irrevocably. Okay, well, choosing a partner can change your life irrevocably.
That's real.
Right?
What?
Anytime.
You got a raisin on your ding ding. Raisin on your ding ding. Raisin on your ding ding.
Who calls it a ding ding?
A raisin on your ding ding. Ring ding ding, man. Your ding ding.
You hear the music? We got to take a break. When we come back, more. It's a very important topic. We'll be back at 2.2. So what morning?
Oh my God, how he has a rap career is beyond me. I don't get it. And he takes his shirt off. Oh my God, he looks like 50 pounds of chewed Tootsie Rolls. All right. Now, you are in white fashion. You know white boys always leave the house like they're going to help somebody move. Resist and defend the horrible hoes. There are some horrible people. And what you need to do is start policing your own. Well, today we're talking about STDs, which really gets back to willy-nilly fucking. Let's just be honest. That's what it implies. That's what it alludes to, is that people are just out there throwing their ding-dings all willy-nilly. Which really, in the end result, if you don't get an STD, you may wind up with something worse. A child that you are not ready for. You can't put cream on that. And there is no cream to do away with society's ills. There's no, and a great much of it has to do with, and I rarely agree with white rich Republicans, but they are right. Racism is not black people's biggest problem. Fatherless children is our biggest problem. This is why gangs are so bad. Gangs suck now. Do you know that backhandedly, I was really smart when I went to school. Let's just be, I skipped the 6th grade. I never went. I backhandedly looked at the disciples in Chicago with jealousy. I wanted to be one because they were so organized, because they didn't fuck around. Now it's just chaos because there is a bitch code in the street, basically, because these dudes have been raised with no positive male influence at all, so they don't have any male conflict resolution. Everything is pop the trunk. Everything is I'm finna kill you. Everything is 3 dudes jumping on one. And all of that comes from, ladies, again, it gets back to you. They're your eggs. Stop talking about these horrible dudes. You chose them. If they didn't rape you, you said you there, you. With the 3 kids that don't look anything like one another, your kids look like neighbors, I want to give you a 4th. You did that. Dudes that have 15 and 16 kids, can we just get out there and say mama number 8 through 16 ain't shit? Can we say that? Is that wrong? Is that wrong? They're your fucking eggs. Yes, you have more responsibility over your eggs than I do. I have more responsibility over the valuables in my house than the robbers do not to fucking take them. That's why I have locks. That's why I have timers on my alarm system. That's why my wife is not allowed to answer the door at night, because I am responsible for my shit. Take a little responsibility for the 400 or so eggs you come to the earth with.
Jeff's intellectual rant concludes with blaming all the women.
Yes! It's all your fault!
And somebody hit us and said, why aren't men getting tested as often? And they cite that African-American men are scared of every branch of society. They're scared to go to the doctor. They're scared to go fuck with police. They're scared of the court system. And they're scared of going to the...
No, son, I keep 100. I ain't gonna get tested because I knew this one nigga that went in there to get tested and they gave him this shit, son.
Oh, you mean like the Tuskegee?
That's what these vaccinations is all about, kid.
We bullshitting, but 2 words, Tuskegee experiment.
It's
that actually happened.
to do that shit.
Yeah.
It's historic.
Yeah, that's what they be doing. Yeah, to do that, they be like, yo, man, give these niggas some AIDS or something. They ain't gonna take no AIDS, man. What you do is tell them you just gonna take a swab to check, and on the swab is the AIDS virus itself.
Damn. Any intelligent black man needs to know this. When somebody Caucasian is talking to you, some bullshit is about to happen. I know they say cool out on the cursing, but I'm just saying, if you don't know that person and they walk up to you and start talking to you,
Raheem, how'd you like to have an exam?
So when you go to the doctor office and Dr. Feinstein comes in the room, aren't you gonna be nervous if you like, wait a minute?
Have a seat, Mr. Holcomb. I talk to you.
You're going to feel a little pressure.
I'm gonna put this needle in you. He's like, hey, hold on, man.
Oh, God. So we really, especially black men, we really haven't forgiven anything that has happened.
How?
It's not forgiven.
I'm just saying, like,
how?
We didn't forget.
There's a
Thank God you don't forget, because it's not set up for you to remember. At school, they don't teach the children about the DNA code, about how black skin is dominant and white skin is recessive. They don't teach this stuff, but they do teach you ain't nothing wrong if a man lick tongues with another man. That's what they teach you now. So you have to debrief your kids when they come home, or they'll be lost.
Corey is on 12. Caller, what do you have to say?
What say you?
Jeez.
Hey, it's Miles again. I was calling in. I was still listening to your show, and something came up to me was the Tuskegee experiment. And a lot of these people don't even know what really happening, the Tuskegee experiment, that why, a lot of men don't like going to the hospital. They be putting the diseases on you and everything, and then they don't even treat you on top of that.
That's a good point. Hey, I appreciate the call. Thanks for reaching back out. That's a good point. The Tuskegee experiment. Okay,
it should be a prerequisite in school.
But to all of that, what happens when people say, "Come on, man, that was a long time ago. We're in a different place. This is a post-racial era. We have Obama. I mean, things have changed. Things are different."
I say, Trayvon, you fucking coon, is what I say.
Wow.
I'm sorry, did I swear? I say, Trayvon, you absolute idiot. You Uncle Tom, you shuffling, bowing, scraping, no mustache. I don't trust a brother with no mustache. I just don't.
Well, Obama has signed off on the death of more black people than anybody. What?
God damn.
They don't say this, though. You would think
Obama's
a good guy. He's like, "Hi, how are you?" Obama, he signed off on the death of a lot of people of color.
Wow.
He ain't take a stand and say, "No, this is wrong." So who is he?
Wow.
That's all I'm saying. But they're not going to tell the people this.
But how do we reconcile it? Like I said, we all are fathers at this table. And I have a daughter, right? She's getting ready to go to high school. And her mother called me and was like, "Yo, I'm at the doctor. She's having a physical. They want to give her the HPV vaccination." And I said, well, that's important. HPV vaccination, right? There are over 40 strands of HPV running around this mug. And it's silent, it's odorless, it's, but it's there, it's prevalent, it's everywhere. And then when you look at it, the different strands produce different results or different symptoms. One of them is genital warts. The other one is, pelvic cancer or cervical cancer. So, I mean, it's very heavy. And I'm like, but this is a sex thing. I said, no, don't get the HPV vaccine yet until we sit down and talk to her like really cold about fucking. And I don't mean making love and intimacy. I mean fucking.
Because that's what dudes want to do.
Come over here in this janitor's closet.
Because this is what I did with my son. I said, you're going to Santa Monica High. Let me sit you down and just let you know what's cracking. You walking in as a varsity ball player as a freshman. He's now going into his senior year. So let me sit you down. We sat down in front of YouTube, and I pulled up sexually transmitted diseases. And we watched a video of busted lips and dicks and pussies and, just infected.
See that?
I'm
Do
sorry.
You want your dick to look like a bouquet?
Yeah.
Right? And I just had to be real.
That happened to me.
I just had to be real. I said, listen, this is the ugly side of it that, they didn't talk to you about in the Sweet 16 movie. Right. Or they didn't show you, in all of the fun stuff that they show you, right? Holding hands and homecoming. They don't show you this part of it. Even just by kissing somebody, this is what could happen. So you have to be aware.
That happened to me when I was in the Marines. We went to Okinawa. We were all stationed over there, and they put us in this big theater. And like a theater screen, they show you a theater screen size penis with something called black syphilis or black lily, which is where the tip of your penis flowers out like a lily, and slowly the meat on the inside of it Geoff. Comes out until... no, I'm serious. Yeah. This is something you could get. If you get it, the reason we haven't heard about it is because those cats don't come back.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what STDs are out there. Mm-hmm. People are going to have unprotected sex. It's just going to happen.
Corey,
You're going to gamble.
Do you think STDs occur naturally in nature or they're genetically engineered to control the population?
I think they come from white folks having sex with sheep.
I think they came from Columbus himself.
It's you.
Oh, God.
It's you.
I believe they're genetically engineered.
You think so?
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll deal with that issue. The So What Morning Show. Be back in a second. Holla!
I'm talking today to the Austrian-German biologist Crystal Meyer, who has proven that the HIV virus does not exist. Crystal, could you tell us something about your qualifications, please?
I studied at the University of Marburg in Germany, and I studied chemistry, biochemistry, biology, and I did my scientific work in medical microbiology concerning virus and antibodies.
And this research brought you to look at the HIV virus, and you discovered there is no such thing. Is that correct?
It was later that I did my research on AIDS and HIV, but with this background, it was very interesting for me to do research in this area.
And you found out that what looks like the HIV virus is actually a gene in our immune system.
Yes, I found out by doing research when I taught the students in Belize, Central America, in microbiology, that the genes of our immune system, which are called human leukocyte antigen genes, are the cause for testing positive, because they are very variable, and by gene expression we produce RNA and proteins, and these just make the test positive. But nothing is coming from outside, it's a production from inside, and it does not mean that we are sick or have a disease.
Another problem you point out is that the HIV tests are not standardized.
Yes, the tests are not standardized. They vary all over the world. So you can take a test in Africa and fly with your result to France. If you were tested positive in Africa, you are negative in France. And let's say you test positive in Germany, go with your result to Australia, there you would be named negative.
So the whole HIV testing system is totally capricious.
Yes, it is, because there's no standard. A virus has never been proved, and without a standard you cannot really establish a test system. And the tests vary all over the world, and they change from time to time.
So, Crystal, what is your view of the treatment for this non-existent virus? Does it actually harm people?
The medical treatment in the beginning was really hard because it was a high doses of ACT, acetotumidine, and this really disturbs DNA, and this was a problem for those who had to take the medication because they died of the drugs. And now the drugs today, we have more drugs, but they are not as hard as before. But as there is no virus, we have to treat just the diseases people have, because there is no new disease. It's just old diseases with new name.
So you are saying the treatment could actually be more harmful than the disease?
You see, the normal thing for a medical doctor is to find out which disease a patient has, do the analyzing, and then treat. So if you have a wrong diagnosis, the treatment is also not the best.
You mentioned that certain flu vaccines had to be withdrawn from the market because the people who take these vaccines could test positive for HIV.
Yes, there was recently a flu vaccine that was retracted from the market. They did not say they retracted it because of the positive testing after the vaccine, although it is in the leaflet, but they said because of small side effects.
So it's actually in the leaflet that if you take this vaccine, you can test positive?
Yes, it's in the leaflet.
So that means somebody who takes a flu vaccine could be falsely diagnosed with HIV and given these harmful drugs?
Yes, it's like this. And also, you see, people are trying to find a vaccine against HIV. And if you give a shot against HIV, you will test positive. That's normal, because after vaccination, you test positive for the antibodies.
So the vaccine is giving people, really, the HIV?
If they will do it, and there are tests, then people test positive. That's why they do research to find out which positive test comes from a vaccine and which positive test does not come from a vaccine. But this is absolutely makes no sense.
Why do so many people in Africa test positive for the HIV virus?
Africa is just a special genetic factor because people have different genes. That does not mean they have disease genes, they just test more often positive because of their background.
So basically the HIV test is testing for a certain genetic factor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the So What Morning Show has returned.
And killed him.
I like to play videos that challenge, you know, our previously held notion and belief about things. It's good to be a conspiracy theorist, right?
Don't make you wrong.
It doesn't make you wrong. The word conspiracy is Latin, and it means breathing together, to breathe together onto something, right? And again, I think you're unintelligent if you're not challenging what they're telling you.
I agree.
If you didn't challenge, you wouldn't even be able to drink out of the same water fountain as Caucasian people.
You feel me?
Right.
We got to challenge things because, again, people are always trying to get us to assimilate to certain things. And I believe that in order to be intelligent, you must challenge. Challenge is the conduit to growth.
Absolutely.
And when there's information out there like that, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm not saying I'm a scientist. I'm saying if there's a piece of information that's out there like that, I go research it, I go fact check it, and it starts to line up. Let's just look at some of the stats here. We saw from the CDC, 48% of African American women, right? Herpes, right? When we look at the STDs, all of them, 20% of white people get it, but 48% of black people get it. When you look at the prison system, 50% of the prison population is African American, when we only make up 13% of the population of the nation.
It was built for you.
So when you start seeing that the numbers are always in your favor when it comes to the bullshit, why is it an unintelligent or a non-rational thought to think that maybe in this pattern,
Just maybe.
that
Perhaps.
it's set up like that?
It's no doubt. Look, listen, man.
Keep going. And I'm going to give you this one, Corey. Keep going.
Go deep.
Most of the Planned Parenthoods is in your neighborhood.
Like churches.
And then you find out their origin is through Margaret Sanger,
yeah.
and she was a eugenicist, and they were trying to, get rid of the useless fuck bags that are niggers.
Wow.
Come on, go in, Corey. Go in, Corey.
You were brought here to build this country for free.
And now that it's built,
They have no use for you now. So things like AIDS, prisons.
Right. That's to get rid of the overhead.
Right. It's all set up for you to fall into this trap that is almost unavoidable, especially if you're in a home without a dad. You're listening to your mom. Not saying your mom is evil, but you need a dad to balance out the equation.
Yeah.
So now that the system is set up where a man is bad, even if you're at home, if your woman says, "Oh, he did this to me," you have to go to court to say what you have to say about what really happened.
And what you're saying that's so powerful, our upwardly mobile sisters, whether they like the way you say that or not, have to come to our aid and go, wait a minute. The most destitute members of our community are our brothers.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right?
But what you have to,
you understand what I mean by that? Our good sisters have to come to our aid and say, no. Our brothers are in trouble. We're already, sisters are already the number one gender and race that is enrolled in college. They outnumber white folk, they outnumber Asians, Mexicans, Latin, everybody. It's the sister that's number one. And that means she has a better chance in integrating into the economic system. At the end of the day, she can't just sit back and say to us, get your shit together. She should be like, let me help you.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Go in.
And whoever has the money, that's who they are going to follow. It's like instinctual for them. So now that they see we are not in power, they naturally follow the power. The power is down there in the courthouse. They allow them to be whores and still have a voice in the community. So That's their leader right now. So until we conquer that system, that's who they are going to follow. They're not men. They're put here to follow the leader.
Ooh, sisters, do you agree or disagree? Corey makes a very profound statement. 855-878-4652. I'd like to hear from some sisters who agree, disagree, would like to weigh in. It's your time to shine.
Even if they know the light is bad, they'll still follow the light.
Ooh, I think on that point,
shiny diamond. We're going that way, even though it has forks sticking out of it and everything. Pitchforks and everything. We're going toward the shiny diamond.
Wow.
I think on that point, black people in general and black women by default, because of what you said about college, are in love with, entranced with graduating and getting away. I got to get away. What's the first thing?
Opting out.
Yes,
that's what
yes.
I said last week. Opting out.
So that works directly in opposition to the concept of, you know what? I'm in over here on the other side. I need to reach back over and help, because there is an ultimate goal that we all share. They don't share that goal with you. So why should they?
Wow. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, man, more on this topic. It's a very important topic. We might be making jokes or whatever, but I'm gonna speak to that too. Most brothers don't want to tune into a show like this because they don't think it's funny. Niggas are addicted to entertainment. Cooning ass niggas. Fucking Sambos. Get some information that's going to change your life.
I got something to say about that.
Yeah.
Why there's so many of them.
Yep. We'll be back with that. Corey going to let us know.
There are over 30 STIs in the world. HIV is only one of them.
This is the only thing between you and HIV. There's no cure for HIV, so the only way to stop the virus is with this.
Spread the love. Stop the virus. Protect yourself and others.
Just use it.
By this man. His name is Dr. Sebi, but you won't find a medical degree hanging from his wall. Instead, a certificate of healing.
We have complex things with science, but if we go back to God and use the herbs as God said, then you can see how simple it is.
Dr. Sebi believes what ails you can be cured with natural alkaline herbs and a vegetarian diet solely made up of what he calls electric foods, mushrooms, greens, and rye breads without starch.
Hippocrates established the principle of medical science by using herbs to cure diseases, then why the physician using the chemicals?
40 years ago, a doctor in Mexico cured Sebi of diabetes, asthma, and obesity with the very same herbs and diet he dispenses to all of his patients, whether they're suffering from lack of energy or full-blown AIDS.
That package is an intracellular chelation. I'm removing plaque from the system. I'm removing inflammation. That is the base for all disease.
And according to a medical affidavit provided by Dr. Sebi, it's working. It shows a patient diagnosed with HIV in November of 1993 was cured 2 months later. Thousands of patients worldwide swear by his methods and natural herbal medicines.
She said, I'm going to make you famous. I said, how? Because I'm going to talk about you. Does everyone know you cure AIDS and cancer?
There's just a lot of people in the world who are suffering. They're sick. They're not happy. They're looking for answers. They don't know where to turn. Well, I know a man who's been curing AIDS since 1987. This guy has taught me a lot, and I need to share my knowledge, with the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm going to continue to challenge. We've got to challenge.
Got to.
We've got to challenge.
Everything.
Listen, the government is not God, right? And
tell these hoes that.
And your perspective of God is wrong too, right? So what happens is you get all of these ideas and concepts and institutions, but you still don't recognize that you've been institutionalized. You can only see someone as institutionalized if they came through the penal system. But if they came through the collegiate system, they're institutionalized too.
Absolutely.
If you're in pursuit of a social construct that makes you think you're normal,
yes,
you've been institutionalized too.
Institution.
Right? It does, like some people say, oh, you just too off the grid. You're too way left. Well, guess what? I'm not a follower.
And on top of that, the grid that you're on
has an outcome set up for you.
Yeah.
Nigga, we don't expect you to live longer than this.
Right.
Right.
And we definitely don't expect you to come up ways to heal people with the disease we've put out there.
Exactly.
You will, Dr. Sabi was arrested for his medical practices. And they'll say, white men, white systems, white institutions are the author or the ones who authorize everything medical. And if you get in the way of the billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry that we've set up to maintain and medicate people in their sickness, we don't want to heal, we want to maintain.
You messing with
Zoe,
what the
you fucking up bread.
The actuaries
if I'm
have
listening
this
to
set up.
Zoe, are you basically saying that almost all of the most destructive things that happen on this planet are created by Caucasian people? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the evolution.
Or the Caucasian leadership?
I'm saying the evolution since they took power. We want to get historical here.
Right.
There was a transference of power when we talk about government and country and nation building.
Right.
It started black. We all know that. And
a lot of people don't know that.
If they don't know it today, then they just it's just too much information. It's information.
They're unhappy with the news.
So they
That's
don't
the
teach
other
the
thing
children
that pisses me off.
True.
This pisses me off. Okay, this goes out to young white people. You included Maroon 5 in there. We're not mad at you. Okay?
We love young white people. You guys are so impressionable.
This is undeniable, irrefutable fact. The fact that you, the ivory tower, the man, well, I didn't wake up in an ivory tower. Yes, the hell you did. That you woke up in was stolen and raped and killed and maimed and overtaken by your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. Now, if I could get in a time capsule and go back and slit his throat,
beat it up, Geoff.
I might do that. You might disappear, but I'm willing to gamble.
So they don't, all that stuff that you're talking about, that's not part of what they teach kids in school.
They
in
don't.
fact, you will probably get arrested for talking to children like that, because just like that doctor who's found a way to help people, they don't want you in school helping those kids, giving them the information that they need to know. They want them to learn the information they want them to know.
Right. School is like church.
Yeah.
Don't challenge.
And as far as it go with the women out there, I was listening to what Geoff said earlier about the eggs, but bottom line, the truth is this: just because something is shining and just because something is glistening, that don't mean it's good for you. You need to be wise and have something around you that got your back, something that love you.
Right.
That's what the women need to be taught, instead of something that you like the way it looks or you likes the way it shines.
Listen.
That's why the family is destroyed.
That's a great point. Call to action. Call to action. There is something out there called Brifault's Law.
Brifault's Law.
Brifault's Law.
And
basically, all it does is teach women, because this is a social construct. I want everybody to go look it up. Brifault's Law. Anybody who's paying attention out there, Twitter, Instagram, hit us with the definition of Brifault's Law. Brifault's, there you go. You have it right there. Brifault's Law, right? Look up Brifault's Law. You know what it basically says? It's a social construct that has conditioned women to go after the man with the resources, who has the most and the best resources. What it has done is sociologically locked women into a dependent position in society. This is why they go for the shiny, right? Because they've been socialized to be taken care of. I'm challenging women to break out of the social construct. It isn't the end-all, begin-all. Because again, I tell you, the weakness in feminine approach is that they are governed by their fantasies, right? They date their fantasies. They date potential. They date ideas. And now women have to be challenged to challenge those ideas, vet them out through experience.
So are you saying, Zoe, that everything they learned in that university is basically destroying them and destroying the future of...
They don't have a future.
Of the family in America.
That's the great, yes. Because what it ultimately does is it gives you a destiny, but it doesn't give you control of it.
I get what you're saying. I believe in this country, women are programmed to have a mindset.
Men too.
Men too, especially women. Women are programmed to know that no matter what, you don't have to stay with him.
He's irreplaceable. He's replaceable.
Right.
Like the song.
Honor and all that's out the window. That's old school. Honor and stuff like that. Whenever you are tired of him, you just report him to us. And we will make sure that
his ass off.
We will make sure that not only does he have to get away from you, but we will have him finance your bullshit life.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
And the other side of the coin is the men that cannot provide this ideal, that this dream. Oh, you can't shoe in the dream. Guess what? You're insufficient. You are stupid. It's just something else to tear down the self-esteem.
Can I say this about what you just said? And I won't say names, but I know a situation with a man who gets up, he takes the kids to school. He does everything because the woman in this situation makes the most money.
Right.
He does everything to be her aide as she progresses, because she's a doctor now, you know what I mean? And she was able to be that way because she had a man in her life that held everything down. But she still looks at him like he's less because he doesn't have as much as her.
Wow.
Financially.
Wow. Listen, I have a question. How many people got an STI or an STD last night after the BET Awards? We have a caller on the line. Caller! Where your name is? What your name is and where you calling from, brother? What your name is? Caller, what your name is, brother? Talk to me.
My name is Gumbo.
Your name is not Gumbo.
Your mama.
My name is really Orlando, but people call me Gumbo.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
This
Orlando.
brother from the South.
I know, ain't no, but your mama did not look you in the face when you came out and say, you know what?
Look like a pot of gumbo.
This boy looked like a pot of shrimp and okra.
Crab legs and everything. Go ahead, boy.
Go ahead, Gumbo. Go ahead.
I didn't get an STD or STI, but I know that nobody cares about getting an STI.
Wow.
Like
Great.
Wow.
Speak on it.
Anything like that. Nobody cares. Like, really. Like, I basically just go by rules. Like, I'm 23 years old, so I basically just mess around with, like, milk. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Okay. He's a MILFs, M-I-L-F.
He's a young cat, and I really appreciate the fact that the young brother called in and shared his perspective, because what he's really doing is sharing a perspective that represents a generation.
Absolutely.
No, really. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm listening to you, bro.
Really? No. Young girls, no. They mess around. Young girls mess around. Y'all don't understand. Like, I get STDs from young girls.
Wow.
Old women, no. They well, you can't cuss on here, but they mess around with, like, older men that they got stuff.
No. What it is, older women have learned to suppress their symptoms while they're with you. Ooh. And you should take that as a blessing. The young girls are still wild with it and still bitter. Like, I got this. The older women like, I ain't gonna pass this on to the rest of the world.
I'll see you in the middle of the month.
Leroy gave me this out there with them hookers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's crazy. Freez Luv, Corey Holcomb, Geoff Brown, Zoe Williams. The Zoe What Morning Show is off the charts. Get to your phone lines, 855-878-4652. TradioV, that's Radio NTV. We'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, the Zoe What Morning Show has returned. This is my final thought. Stigma. Nobody knows about living with stigma more than black folk. You know, when you lose power, when you originally, like for instance, this is just something really random right here. You get the Black's Law Dictionary edition, the 4th edition, and you look up the word Muslim. I always wondered, what's the difference between a Muslim and a Muslim, right? And I got that dictionary and I read it, and I saw the word Muslim. You know what it meant? International law. What? Right? When we were country building, nation building, we had power. But now that we don't, we are subject to the ones who inherited our lost power. And now that we went from negus, right? N-E-G-U-S, negus, right? Which is, you know, the Amharic or Ethiopian term, Giz word for sovereign ruler king. We went from negus to niggas, right? And once you were negus, kings, it's the term for sovereignty, for king in ancient Ethiopia. We went from negus to niggas. We lost power and we lost control of our own destinies, right? Destiny is ambivalent until you are controlled. And once you are controlled, your destiny has now been set for you. From day one out the womb to the day you're in the tomb. And that's the reality of the life we live today. Our women can't respect us because we have no real power. All we have is a station, is a role to fill. Women are not connected. Our women, our sisters are not connected to our innate power because we are unaware of it. We don't have it anymore. So we live with stigmas. And I'm going to say to everybody who's suffering from an STD, first off, the difference between an STD and an STI is this. STIs are infections. Infections can be cured. STDs are diseases. Diseases can't be cured, right? STDs are HIV, herpes, and HPV. Those are diseases. Gonorrhea, syphilis, all that, or not syphilis, but gonorrhea and the clap and all that other stuff you can get rid of with some antibiotics. But to that community who is suffering silently, I tell you to follow what the feminists did. The feminists said, we're claiming bitch. Y'all call us bitches. You call women bitches. We claiming bitch. I say do what the Black Panthers did. Y'all call us nigga. We claiming nigga. Now what? Nigga means something different to us. It means don't fuck with this nigga. I say you claim cooties, right? Be proud. Fuck it. You only get one life. Why live it in the shadows, right? Be proud. Fuck the stigma. It's too many people who live according to a concept or an idea. You're trying to live inside a box so you can be considered normal. Well, you have what you have and there's no way to change it. So why not live free and open with love first by loving yourself? Very difficult for us to do that. And for our people, and then I'm going to throw it to my panel, Maury Povich, Korean nail shops, hair brokers, entertainment, and all this other bullshit. Let me see what else I got here. It's just too important to us. Entertainment, hair shops, and rims and clothes and all this bullshit. It's too fucking important to us. We gather too much energy and intensity around frivolity, mediocrity, than we do for things that have depth, breadth, and meaning. That's all I have to say. That's my final thought. Now, what I want to do now is throw it to my panel because I know they have some things that they want to wrap with. Corey Holcomb, where are they gonna find you? I know you're the greatest comedian in the world right now. Everybody's following you. Everybody's supporting you. When is 5150 coming out? Talk to me.
We got the office for the 5150, and we're just trying to build the studio. I run into people who say they know how to build the studio, and then after about a day or two, I get away from them.
You mean they fucked up?
No, I could tell they don't have a vision I have. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to build a studio. They just feel like going to Best Buy and buying some stuff.
Okay.
So, but the 5150 has an office, and we're ready to get started as soon as I can find somebody to help me build a productive studio.
Right. So where are you performing next, though?
My next stop, I'll be in Minnesota. But you know, all that stuff. I'm going to post it on my Twitter, the Corey Holcomb. I'm going to post all my places I'll be on my Twitter. But I want to say this. One of the main problems we have in the black community, and this is not something you'll hear people say all the time, is we don't know how to recognize the demons. Mm-hmm. We don't know the good guys from the bad guys. And until we are able to recognize what's good versus what's bad, we're going to keep being in a bad situation because there's a lot of demons that are looked at as good people.
Right. Good shit. Good shit. Real. Yo, Freez, my homie Freez. You know you're more than welcome to come back here any Monday you free.
Love. I will be here because I had a good time.
Man.
Yo, Freez Luv. Check me out on Twitter at Freez Luv Comedy. FREEZLUV. That's the hip hop spelling.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got a solid guy here.
Renata tell you, I've been Freez Luv since 1980.
Freez Luv came in here and told me stories about me that I had forgotten a long time ago, but damn, I don't want to
Freez Luv is solid. This is a man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm honored whenever I see him. Even though we ain't never hung out every day, I know who you are.
Give each other a nod from across the room.
Real recognize real.
That's what it is.
That's the truth.
That's what's
Geoff?
Absolutely. Twitter at GB Funny Style. Go to my Facebook page. Get you some ringtones coming up very soon. What's on Milton's Mind cartoon that I wrote, produced, and y'all got to look out for that.
That's what's up.
Excellent stuff.
Another brother with true intent.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
thank you, brother.
That's why I like coming in here, man.
Because we're going to keep it real every time.
All the ones that I feel like they ain't good people, they be at war with me. Have you noticed that?
And you know what?
I do things on purpose to pull that little string.
Yeah. And one thing I know about Corey, he don't fuck with the fake.
No.
At all. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, please go to gethula, HULA.com. It is a sexually transmitted disease getting tested app. To get tested. It's an app for your iPhone.
Get tested through your phone?
GetHula.com.
You put your phone in your drawers?
Listen, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm urging you to go get blackmastery.com because I need this bullshit thought process in our community to go away. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Holla, so what?
Adios.
So what?